Rich Widmer from the Unbroken movement. I am here today, and man, I'm telling you, I'm graced with this guy right next to me, Stan Bonsu. I've been trying to get to him. He's a busy man, and hear his story. He's one of my unbroken heroes. Everybody knows I promoted the first annual OCB Natural Unbroken. He's the one of the unbroken heroes, an unbelievable inspirational story,
Definitely.
which we want to hear. I want to shut the hell up because I want Stan to take the reign.
Mr.
Stan,
Richard, you're
thanks for
fine.
coming on, man. Thanks for
Oh, no,
coming on,
thank
and
you. Thank you, sir.
start wherever you want to start. Tell as much, tell as little. Unfold, baby. This is raw.
We're gonna talk about much. I will say
Yeah.
this, Mr. Richard. Thank you so much for bringing Unbroken to Augusta, Georgia. It was amazing, and thank you for letting me be on the stage and show my movements and everything. My greatness. I would say my Unbroken started, being a kid. I wasn't the best shape of my life. I was always that big kid around. Starting from like kindergarten all the way to pretty much my senior year of college. And the one thing about me, very true. I'm unbroken. I mean, I'm an amazing person right now, but it was definitely a struggle. I will definitely say sometimes you think you have friends, but I think when you really get older and really realize who your actual friends are, that makes a big difference. Because it's so funny how like I'm having so many friends right now for the way I look, but I'm like, okay, why weren't you my friend when I was that big guy? Why weren't you my friend when I was getting picked on and stuff like that? And getting, being the big guy, I mean, there were moments, of course, money was taken, getting picked on, or like your shoes like that. And sometimes when you think friends are your friends, they're really, really not, because it's like what you can provide for that person. It was like, oh, you got a good lunch, you want to switch, change, trade lunches. My thinking was, okay, I'm doing something nice for them. I'm actually,
Right,
and
right, right, right.
just being around a big group of people, you're thinking, okay, these are your friends. But when you look at it, are these friends calling you? Are these friends checking on you? Are they checking on how you're doing? Even me being on the football team, I was like, who really is my friend? When I'm in my position right now, I'd probably say right now, I only probably have like maybe four good friends. And
Yeah,
we still talk to this day from high school.
that's always the case. But let's spin back a little bit. So, yeah, we're talking about. I know the struggle. I'm going to flash on before and after pictures, but that's the exciting part on
Yeah,
after
yes,
the
sir.
journey. But weight was the challenge for you. But let's talk and spin real back. So you were always overweight in essence to society's classification.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Always,
sir.
always. What do you think that was? From the beginning? Was it a genetic or was it a just, and I'm going to make it really simple from the education on nutrition, because we always know. What do you think the cause initially was from the beginning?
It wasn't even genetic. I would just say I loved eating.
Loved eating. Okay. So
Just
like
love eating.
everybody, and it
Yes,
was a
sir.
choice. And obviously, from a standpoint on how to get in decent shape, it's all what we put in our pie
Yes,
hole.
sir.
So it's, as anybody is. So that struggle, you were always athletic. Football was the main thing growing
Yeah,
up.
football was main football and actually basketball. Basketball was my because I
Basketball.
mean, like we talked about Michael Jordan. That's one of my
Yeah, yeah,
favorite
yeah, yeah,
basketball
yeah.
players. It was like I know I'm not skinny or athletic like him. But I was like, let
Yep.
me try this. So
Right.
basketball was my favorite sport, but football that was number one goal right there. Big
Number one.
industry fan.
And with that said, I mean, from a talent standpoint, average, good.
I would say average right there. But the funny part about it is just like I never knew how to use my abilities I had until I got older.
So
I
you
could have
got
been a way
older.
better player, but it's okay. It's totally okay.
Yeah, no. Well, where I'm getting at, because we talked about, and a hot topic is obviously the word friend, and the word friends, true friends or whatnot, is I see them as, they're your support team, they're your
Yeah,
inspiration,
definitely.
they're your, if you don't have, and look, especially with this social media, this platform, and how
Yeah.
the word bullying and all this crap comes into play. So back early on, if you were that, or not you specific, but if you're overweight in essence, or your appearance isn't money, but you are the rock star athlete, everybody wants to be your friend,
Yeah,
right?
yes, sir.
So if it's not and you're average, then that friend circle, the pressures of is great. When you went through all school and high school, you felt the pressures of not really having that support and friends. Did it give you
Yeah,
any,
I definitely felt that
for
because it was just more like, I mean, Stan, you missed that block, or Stan, you didn't make that tackle. I'm just like, guys, I mean, if I can get that motivation from you to actually get it done, I mean, I could do better, you know. But it was more like, Stan, you're messing up. You're not doing this right. You're not doing this correct. It wasn't more of you teaching me how to get the job done.
Right, right. So, I mean, as you finished your high school career, your close circles, the confidence, talk about where you were from a mental standpoint. Because even from at high school, you still had that struggle of weight,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, once high school ball was done, it was more like, okay, the next thing is college. But like Texas football, that was the thing. It was like, you can if you can play in Texas football, then I mean, technically you can almost play anywhere. But
Yeah, 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 yeah,
mentally, I was kind of lost because are you my friend? Are you really my friend? It was more like, oh, you're putting me down. It was just like mentally, I felt kind of lost. I was like, you guys are putting me in a tight spot. Like I never knew, are you really my friend? I mean, you just downing me, not actually challenging me. It was hard. It was
yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
hard.
Peer pressure, man. Right? I mean, from the
Definitely.
friend standpoint. So, what was the breaking point from? Did you play ball in college?
I did play football in college. Yes, sir. I went to
Okay. And,
Cliff University, and
okay.
yeah, I would say the breaking point was in college. I would say senior year, it was great. We were having fun. We had like a top 10 defense. I'm a part of the defense. We're doing
Hmm.
that. And it was just like, the last practice, even though we had top 10 defense, I mean, our offense didn't show up to like the last 5 games. I'm like, okay, we're playing good. We're doing this. And it was just like, I broke because it was just like, guys, we're way better than this. We have so much talent. And like, everyone cared about me, us playing as a team. And it was just like I broke because I'm like, we should be better than that. I just told my coach, I'm done. And coach was looking at me like, what do you mean you're done? He's like, I'm done. Like I'm not playing my last game. Let me just get out of here. It was like it took us just on to figure this out. I'm a part of a team and you guys are just like arguing. It's like we shouldn't be doing this. We should be all together. We were supposed to hold everybody accountable and we weren't doing that. I'm
Mhm.
telling everybody, if we were doing this earlier, then, because it felt good having a voice. And then my voice finally being shown and actually being helping others out, it was just like I didn't want my football career to end like this. I wanted like to go the right way, and so I told my coach I'm walking off. Like I don't care about this last game, and then
That's huge, man. Wait, let
it
me
is
back up a little bit and unpack that. I mean, that's huge. So, up until that point of senior year in college, I mean, you played ball, you did what you liked, but as far as there was a piece of you of disconnection with the people around you, and that, I mean, as an adult, I'm sure you see it from a professional level. Even the stories we hear with your fan favorites of Michael Jordan and all, him being a leader, circle and the cavalry around being as one. Me wrestling, I wrestled through high
okay.
school, through college, and all the above on
Yeah,
that level of on a severe great level. But as championship team, there is, and this is the famous saying, there is no I in team, right?
there's not not at
There's
all,
no I in team.
not at all.
So I get that. So from that aspect, really the thought process of you realizing that your team was spelled TEAM. It wasn't or actually reverse that. And what I mean to say is that there was just I and there was no team, but you drew the line. Like where was that inspiration of saying I'm better than all this? I'm wasting my talent and I'm not being a part of it. Where did that, like, what drew that talent, man? Because that, dude, that's huge, man.
Yeah,
To
I
walk
want to
away,
say when we had
huge.
a spring ball, that's where the time came out. It was just like I don't know. I guess that spring ball that Saturday, I was just upset. I was just like, okay, guys, I'm furious. We should be better than this. And like I came to that Sunday practice and I just had it. I just dominated. And my coach looked at me. He's like, "What was this from Stan a long time ago? Like seriously, Stan is just like making us look making everybody look bad right now. Is he mad at
Right,
somebody?" I didn't talk to my coaches. I didn't talk to the players. I was like, "Guys, what's the
right,
play? Give me the play." Got in there and
right,
just did it.
right.
And then when some people were trying to be I guys, I'm like, guys, this is a team thing. Like, let's just get together. Let's just play as a team because when we play as a team, I mean, no one can stop us. Like, I don't care about making the big play. I don't care about doing this. I just care about tell me what gap I go to. Let me stop it and fill it up, and then you come clean it up. That's it.
That was huge. So that wasn't happening anymore. So you just said, I'm not being a
Yeah.
part of it, man. I'm not
hmm
being a part. Then from there on, what was your path, man? What
My
unpacked?
path was like my coach. We talked like a day before the game. He's like, Stan, I really want you to play this last game.
Okay.
I played the last game. We lost the game, but it didn't matter because I just told myself, I was with my teammates. But I think what happened was like, you know what, I can't be the same person anymore. And then like my friend Caleb, my cousin Sam, my friend Frank, those three guys who I still talk to this day. I was like, guys, what do I do? And they're like, what do you mean, Sam? Like, what do I do? I'm like, I can't have this on me. I can't have this weight no more. Like, what do I do? And then my cousin Sam, my friend Caleb were like, you know what, Stan, this is what you got to do. Do the stuff you couldn't do. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, remember how we used to run? You know, we used to do conditioning tests, stuff like that. The jump rope thing, you know, the push-ups, the sit-ups. Like, try to do those things. If you can do those things, that's step one. After that, you got to figure everything else out. And I was just like,
So when you got out of college, and just break this down for the people that are listening. So when you got out of college, you finally drew the line in the sand and felt you couldn't. When you say you can't do this anymore, meaning carry that weight, feel that way. Is that what you're making
mm-hmm.
reference to? Yeah. So I mean, then you reached out to a support team, family, friends that gave you inspiring words to be
Yeah,
able
I
to
think,
you
and
want.
like they, to this day, they still think, Stan, you did it on your own. I was like, guys, I didn't do it on my own. Without you guys, remember before I left and I drove back to Texas, what were you guys making me do? You're making me do push-ups, sit-ups, you know, all the stuff I couldn't do. I still do that to this day. We're doing like, hey, and everyone's like, Stan, this is too easy for you. Like, it's not. It's just a remembrance stone of like how these guys led me the way. That's why these guys are
Right.
my brothers.
Right. That is awesome because as far as when we talk about the unbroken, the word unbroken of just not
Mm-hmm.
quitting,
Definitely.
but you certainly showed from, if you think about it, from an early age. So being in your case weighing more than you should, or let's not say weight, but yet carrying a higher percentage of body fat
Yes,
than
sir.
you should. But your passion and like was football. And
Yeah.
you developed your passion in football had you had the right team where they felt a passion of greatness in the making to as interlock everybody feels together. That's what making
Yeah.
a professional team wasn't there, but you were always unbroken in that passion. So
Mm-hmm.
we shift gears. You come to the point. This is my question: is when you went to your friend's family and asked, you were sick of feeling this way. If you can remember, which I'm sure you can, where you were, what you were doing, was it in a pool, no shirt on, in a mirror? Somebody made fun of you? Like what? Something, the light went off, man, that you said, hell no, man. I'm done. I'm done with this.
I remember that. I remember we were in the locker room. You know, we were getting ready, like to get. I was getting ready to leave because I had to drive back to Texas. We're in the locker room. We're doing our usual workout, and it was just like I just got tired so easily. And I told myself, why am I getting tired so easily? And then like after that workout, we had went to our usual place. We would always go to McDonald's or we're going to Taco Bell. And I'm just like, why am I eating this? I think the food I was eating and just, just seeing my friends, I'm looking at them, I'm like, they look amazing. Why can't I look like that?
Right.
And I will say this also too. I looked at my two cousins, I mean, played college ball, NCAA, and both went to NFL. And I'm just like, I wish I could be them.
That's the
I think
inspiration.
just looking
That's
in the
what I
mirror,
want to
just
hear.
looking at
Yeah.
myself, like you said, that's what kind of
Yeah.
triggered me. But then just seeing my friends and my family, I'm like, I should be this.
Dude, you know what? That gives me chills because that right there, that was your defining moment. Everybody has a defining moment that will absolutely become life changing. And that
Yes,
is
sir.
really what you capitalize on in sharing to other individuals. The only difference between the ones that successfully succeed, and I want to really make that definition of success, because success comes in the best version of yourself. Doesn't mean that's one's dropping, getting down to 3% body fat or whatever. It could be potentially understanding and coping with a situation, because there's
Yes, sir.
various, it's not just weight, right? Mentally or
Yeah.
physically or just financially, emotionally, or what have you. But everybody has that defining moment. So you had that defining moment with it, which is inspirational, and you saw it through your own eyes. And your inspiration wasn't specifically was, and I know you said there were inspirations of the marquee players, your Michael Jordan, LeBron
Yeah.
James, which listen, They're all inspirational. But as I talked about with this movement, this is regular people inspiring. Your cousins inspired you.
Yeah,
You know, your
them inspire me
friends
big time.
inspired you. That's because they are touchable. They're real. Not that Michael Jordan and all LeBron James aren't real. They're real, but I call them anomaly, man. They are just like,
Yeah.
an elite. That's like a one in, hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
God bless them and
Yeah.
inspiration. And I love to watch. Well, I had the pleasure to watch Michael Jordan play. So
Yeah,
my age.
nice. That would have been a dream right there watching him play. I mean, TV is the same, but it's just like watching him live. I mean, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, circle back is you got inspired by average. Not to say that your cousin family average, but you know what I mean. Touchable, feelable. I can get to them. So from that point on, you got the advice, push-ups, sit-ups. Talk about, the continued journey. You're a young kid. How did your young adulthood till now? How did it unfold?
Oh, I would definitely say this, Mr. Richard. Without my sister, I'll say that my older sister, I probably wouldn't be losing weight at all. I mean, very true. My friends from college, they helped me out. My cousins, they did their work. But like for Christmas, I still remember this gift. Her buying me a gym membership for 2 years at 24-hour fitness. That made the difference because remember, I'm driving back I'm back in Texas, so I'm thinking, okay, how do I do this? I don't have a gym membership. I'm still trying to find a job. I was going to the park to work out. I was just walking the park. I used to do maybe walk 2 miles. That's it.
Right.
And so when she gave me that gym membership, that's where everything changed. That's why I tell everybody, my friends helped me mentally, but my sister, physically and mentally, she did the job. She gave me the membership, and I was like, okay, how do I do this gym thing? Okay, you got a treadmill, you got a stairmaster, you got a bench. I got my okay. And I told myself mentally, do the stuff you couldn't do middle school, high school, college. Do the stuff you couldn't do. Okay, I know I can do the bench. I know I can do the squat. I can do all that. Okay, let me work on my push-ups. Okay, that's one thing. My sit-ups. Let me work on doing a pull-up. Let me work on doing a dip. When I worked on those, I was like, okay, now I'm having fun. It wasn't just rush to it. Take your time.
Right.
Repetition. Doing it the right, correct way.
Right. Did you?
Once I learned that,
then the rest. So from that, how old were you then?
that time I want to say I was 23.
23. Okay, so then it progressed. At what point? So give the amount of year count, and as far as poundage wise, you turned into a
I would
different
say
person.
to getting down to 2,
That's
that made
huge.
the big difference.
Did you learn from the gym wise? Did you start learning besides the exercising, but your
That made
intake
a
of
big
food?
because very true. The food. I told myself, guys, I'm gonna tell you something, Mr. Richard, and this is probably bad. You go through full bar practice and you go through drinking water. Okay, the trainers are here to give you water. This is how bad it got. My trainer, it wasn't her just giving me water. I told my trainer because I remember because we used to actually date, me and that trainer, and I would tell Jen, I was like, Jen, can you do me a favor? Instead of putting water in my water jug, can you put Mountain Dew? That was a kryptonite right there. Mr.
How
Richard,
much
I was,
sugar?
that's how bad
Yeah.
I was. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
I will say to this day, I've drinking Mountain Dew in probably over 10 years. That's the last time I haven't drank Mountain Dew that long.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's shedding pound just by taking that away.
Yeah, taking out a big way.
Yeah.
It made a big difference. And then just drinking water and actually understanding what I'm putting in my body made a big difference.
That's
Made a big
fantastic.
difference.
All right, so now the inspiration, and obviously and I always say as people I train, as the onion peels, right? As the onion peels, we talk about bodybuilding and a show and all. Start to unfold now. Was the Unbroken Natural your first?
That was my second. I'm gonna tell you right now, Mr. Richard, bodybuilding didn't come into my head until about 2 years ago.
Okay, so spin back, go up to that point, then continuing to get lean.
Yeah,
talk about
I moved to Augusta about almost 3 years ago from Texas to Augusta.
Texas. Right.
And it was more like I'm in Augusta, I'm working, my job's here and everything like that. I'm telling myself, okay, I meet one guy. One guy changed everything. My friend Bob. We worked out. Now, when I'm saying this guy right here, he was a CrossFitter, doing all this stuff. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
But then the group that we had got bigger. It wasn't just me, Jillian, Mark, Laura, John. This group got bigger.
Right.
And then everyone was like, Stan, you look amazing, you look good. They were like, how much you weigh now? I was like, I'm about 220. And they're like, damn, Stan, like, you look pretty good. And they're like, Stan, have you thought about bodybuilding? I was like, what's bodybuilding? And they're like,
Oh
Stan, you know
boy.
what bodybuilding is. Isn't your favorite actor Arnold Schwarzenegger? I was like, well, Eddie Murphy's the top actor,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
Arnold's
yeah,
number two.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, man. I was like, man, I can't be like that guy. They're like, Stan, I think you can. So when I was at work, my friend, Michelle, she was like, Sam, my husband's a bodybuilder. I was like, a bodybuilder? He is? He's like, just go meet him. You guys just link up. You guys should be good. All it took was 1 year.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
Stan,
yeah.
you look amazing. He was like, just have you ever thought about just lifting correctly? I was like, yeah. He taught me how to lift.
Right,
He
right.
taught me so many different things. Like Stan, like you look great. I was like, I'm okay. He's like, Stan, this is the problem. You mentally, he's like, I get it. You've been fat your whole life, but you got to really look at. If you look at, just look at yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
look at yourself and other people, like, dude, Stan, you're a bodybuilder. He's like, Stan, this is what I want you to do. There's one bodybuilding contest. He's like, it's in Athens. Just try it out. Just see what you think. Did that one in Athens. I had fun. Won. And then he's like, Stan, there's one here in Augusta. It's called the Unbroken. You should try it out. I was like, dude, I just finished this one. Stan, you're in shape right now. Instead of you taking a break and eating, he's like, Stan, you don't even eat. He's like, all I need you to do is like, let's get this muscle stronger. Let's work. He's like, let's work on your legs. Let's work
Right.
on that. You should be fine. And I'm like, okay, what should I do? He's like, what should I do, John? He's like, Stan, I think you should do these three right here. He's like, I think if people actually see your transformation, it'd be amazing. I was like, well, that's not amazing. He's like, Stan, you have no idea what you are right now. He's like, your inspiration. I think you need to realize, like, if a lot of people have seen what you've gone through, you
Right,
have no idea what you can do.
right.
And seeing that video from my gym of what they did with me and what you guys did, I was amazed because when they showed me that video, I was like, "Wow, that's me." And then the way you broke it down to me when I was picking up my stuff, like, Stan, we're gonna have the thing drop down, and then you're gonna walk out. I'm like, "Okay, Mr. Richard, like, are you sure?" And like, when I saw that video, you almost had me in tears. I'll say that right now.
The
That's why. That's why I'm
the
in debt to
movement
you right now. Thank
that,
you so much, sir.
oh my God, that's such
Thank
a
you so
great
much.
story. It's absolutely. I'm speechless. It's speechless. This
Yeah.
is what it was all about. But I want to. So entered the Unbroken Natural, got a chance to stand on stage and shine under the lights, and just an amazing. It's so amazing. I've actually
Yeah.
now we're gonna share at least what everybody is hearing about. Let's just do this. I don't know who this guy is here. You tell me who this guy is here. I mean, right?
Yep.
And though
That's
the
me, my dad, and my brother right there.
yeah, so you've got, I mean, you're a big guy. Now, mind you, to everybody's credit looking at it, yes, you're heavier. We got a big shirt on, but look at your face, chiseled, you're a
Yeah.
big guy.
You look like me.
It doesn't look like you, so I'm going to stop sharing because I'm not really sure who that gentleman is. But then we
Yeah.
have what stood on the stage, which was this gentleman, which I'm just, so talk to me about this guy.
That guy right there, that's a guy that just wants
Uh,
to motivate other people, just
Holy
seeing that.
moly. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I'd
I know
say
it's just
you're a
funny how you see
bodybuilder.
that guy because I'm thinking to myself, I have an eight pack, which is still to this day, I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm seeing that.
I'm seeing, I could just say the words of greatness in the making. I mean, that's what I see. And
Yes,
truly
sir.
unbroken, truly inspirational, man. So the sky's the limit. You've got some severe guns there. So any issues I have, I'm getting behind the guns. That's for sure. So
Thank you so much,
yeah.
Mr.
So
Richard.
what do
Thank
you
you so
what?
much. Like you have no idea how much in debt I am to you. It's just like
Uh,
just
uh,
being
um,
able on stage and just you just bringing me out like that, man. Like I'm to this day, I'm still shocked, man. I thank you so
yeah.
much.
I'm glad that the video was inspirational for you to be able to see and share. So what's
Definitely,
in the
definitely.
future? What's in the future for you? Other
In the future,
competitions?
right
What?
now, is definitely doing another Unbroken. I know that right there,
Yep.
and just keep on working. And I think also too, just motivating others. If I can motivate others, that makes a big difference to me. I just want to motivate others.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you coming on and talking. So
Always no.
that's
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard. You are the
that
best, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we are gonna be like best friends. Like
hey,
I don't care.
always.
Whenever I get married, like, hey, Mr. Richard, I need you at my wedding. I need you there.
Yeah, that no, I'm absolutely dude. I'm honored to hear. So, Stan, words of wisdom to your listeners that you're inspiring. What's the
Oh,
words of
words of
wisdom?
wisdom. I was gonna say this is from Frederick Douglass. Without sir, there can be no progress. My name is Stan Bonsu, and I'm unbroken.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Good stuff.